Guys, so today we're going to be talking about the genius of Fortnite. Now, if you're an entrepreneur but not a gamer, you still need to pay attention to Epic Games' Fortnite. Last year they did almost $2.5 billion in revenue with a free game. But now there's a new game called Apex Legends that's threatening to take their throne. Will they do it? If you don't know about Fortnite, which I don't know why unless you've been living under a rock, Fortnite is an online multiplayer game which is in a battle royale type style. Battle royale just means that you're in a big group, say you have 100 people, and it's the last man standing, that's the winner. So there's a lot of these type of games that have been popping up, but why is Fortnite so popular? So I want to break down the business model, and we can actually apply a lot of this to different types of businesses and we can learn from them. So first, Fortnite is free. So they didn't limit anybody on who can play Fortnite. Really, it's on every platform. It's on mobile, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC. So they wanted to just get as many people playing as possible, and they did a good job about that. Next, the way they did their revenue models is based on in-app purchases for things that are mostly aesthetic and cosmetic, things like, dance moves and costumes. And it doesn't affect gameplay. So if somebody wants to spend $10,000 on the game, they still have the equal amount of chance of winning as somebody who doesn't pay a dime, which made it really great. Next, they've developed this game on a very scalable platform. So Epic Games owns something called the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine is basically a platform that any game developer can actually use to build a game. So they've been developing this for years, and it's a very, very good engine. And they actually built their own game, Fortnite, on top of it. So what this means, Unreal is really good at cross-platform. So it's really easy to deploy. You can make changes quick. It can go on across all the different devices, and things can happen fast. Now, this is where I see a lot of their competitors fail. But because they have an advantage, they've built their own game engine that they've been working on for years and built it on top of that. I mean, how do you catch that? Other companies, if they're developing for different types of platforms, they have 10 different code bases that they have to update. They have one for mobile, they have one for tablet, one for PC, one for console, all separate deployments. If they want to make a change in the game, it's a lot of work. If they build their own platform, it's probably a platform that they've just been using for a few years. Unreal has been a public used platform for many, many years. So it's been perfected, it's been tested, it's been time trialed, and they've seen every scenario. Because it's on this platform, anytime they have an idea, they can just implement it. It's really quick. They can put something new today, and then on all the devices tomorrow, it's going to be affected. It's really hard to keep up with that. And then the third thing is that they're super creative and they have a lot of guts. Now, this is the thing. A lot of gaming companies, especially when you're making a major update or a patch, they always have to think twice about, how many users are going to like this? How many users are we going to lose if we put this patch? How long will it take for us to develop this change? And then how are we going to deploy it? We got to do it on mobile first. We got to do it on PC second. See, there's a lot of things to think about. But if you have it on a solid base where you can deploy quick, these guys are just coming up with new ideas and throwing it out there. Sometimes people don't like the change and they just take it back off. They just change it. It's because they're on a platform where they could do things so quickly, their creativity could go wild. And that's where they thrive. They're creative. They add a whole bunch of new options just out of the blue, surprise people, and they could keep the game fresh forever. Doing it this way, they just had a concert during the Super Bowl, which was nuts, in the middle of a game. You can't just go and deploy that if you don't have it built on a solid framework. So as an entrepreneur, you need to know that if you build your business on a scalable framework, you can do a lot more things. You can utilize your creativity, you can utilize trends, and you can actually implement that into your business. So now about Apex Legends. Now, take a look at this. These are the Twitch statistics for today. Apex Legends has been killing Fortnite on Twitch, which means that it's really, really popular right now. But this is the thing. New games always tend to trend very high at the beginning. Just like any business, you know, something new comes out, you do well. The key is longevity. The key is if they can keep it up. I don't know the type of framework that they built this on. I don't know if it's going to be as easily modified as Fortnite. If you can't keep up with the changes that Fortnite does, and you can't keep up with the demands of the players, it's going to be very difficult. So in the upcoming months, the only way Apex is going to maintain this position and continue to dominate over Fortnite is if they have the ability to make quick changes and have the ability to keep it fresh all the time. So we're going to be able to see that very soon. Right now, the gameplay is stellar. You know, everything looks really good, but there have been a lot of games, especially like Call of Duty, where people thought that this was a Fortnite killer, but it just didn't happen. There were major problems with Call of Duty. There are problems on their platform. The game got stale. And I think the main thing was because they didn't have the ability to deploy changes quick enough because of the framework that we're built on. If you're an entrepreneur, that's the biggest key, is that you need to put yourself on a platform where you keep your business fresh and keep all of your customers engaged. And if you're not on the right platform, if you don't have the systems in place to make that happen, it's going to be a struggle for you. And then the next person that comes along has a business that's very scalable and has all these things in place, you're going to get destroyed. So keep that in mind, and I hope we can utilize what we've learned from Fortnite and gaming and apply it to our business. Until next time, thanks a lot.